Okay, in this video, with the assistance of Nono, we're going to be trying at least 4 different wines that I've made. They all have reached the 12-month mark, so this is going to be the 12-month tasting of these 4 wines. We're going to have a tasting of a blackberry wine, an orange wine, a banana wine, and a plum wine. Hi, I'm Charles and welcome to DIY Fermentation, and this is Nono, your site for doing fermentation on a shoestring budget. Well, in this one, we're pretty much just going to get right to it. What I'm going to do is that we are going to have just a very, very small sampling of each one of the 4 wines. At the end of the sampling of all 4, well, as we sample each one of them, we'll give our personal assessments and opinions as to what we think about this bottle of wine. And then at the end, I'm going to let Nono decide which of these 4 has proven to be more preferred over the others. She's already indicated she likes the pineapple wine that I made as her favorite, with the dark cherry coming in as a close second. But let's see if any of these will fill the bill. We do have our standard winemaking implement, which I will give to Nono to allow her to practice her expertise. She can pick any one of the 4 to get started with.
Okay. Let's start right here in front of me. Should I take this off?
Please, go free.
All right. No, I'm not holding down the sides. See, they're going up. Okay. Oh. Okay.
It had such a dainty little pop. You know, normally when you see me opening up my bottles of wine, you hear that nice crisp pop, letting you know that you've opened up a bottle of wine. But okay, I mean, it's not how you open the wine, it's what it tastes like in your glass. Now then, if you go ahead and pour yourself a very small amount. All right. This, by the way, is the plum wine, born 12 months ago, 7/20/20. Came in it with an ABV of 13.4%.
Ooh. Okay.
First impressions. I'll go ahead. Even though there are bubbles on the top, it is not carbonated. That's just air bubbles from the pouring. The wine is, of course, very clear. Well, not of course. For me, that's a desired goal. The wine is very clear. There's no haziness at all. Your thoughts?
It's clear. Let's see how it tastes.
For those of us who would prefer to have a much more full experience of enjoying the tasting, a little swirl, a little smell.
He has absolutely no idea of what he's doing.
I can tell that you really cannot smell. The alcohol is there, but it's not overpowering in terms of smell. It's not overwhelming the fruit, but you know it's in there at 13.4. Let's find out. It has a very clean taste.
Yes.
There's not that harsh aftertaste that you would normally get during a 6-month tasting. I can say that I did bottle or back sweeten this wine to some of my earlier preferences before nono was going to be a much more prevalent guest
Fixture.
on my show.
Piece of furniture.
So it is a bit drier than nono would normally prefer. She prefers a much more sweeter wine. This is definitely much more drier wine. It's not a dry wine, but it's a drier wine. If I were redoing it, I would probably add more sugar. But apart from that, it's not bad. Apart from the dryness at the back end, it's not bad. Yeah, more sugar.
So would you like my opinion?
Yeah, sure.
So, for a dry wine, I like it. I don't think that this one needs any more sugar. I think that it is very smooth. I think that it is very mellow. You get a bit of the plum.
Okay.
It's not overpowering. It's not harsh at all. Very smooth. And I think that this works as a dry wine. If it were sweeter, I think that that would be a hindrance.
Just a little bit more sweetness would probably make this wine for me. But if it's going to be as a dry wine, then I guess it would be I guess whatever we decide that we were going to have with it as a pairing for dinner. Definitely as a, I won't even call it a red. It's more of a rosé color. Yeah, anything, any beef would definitely work. One thing I did notice is that no, there is no
There's
sediment
no sediment.
at the bottom, which is also a benefit of letting it bulk age a bit longer as opposed to bottle aging. But overall, it's not bad.
It's not bad at
It's
all.
not bad at all. Is it?
I don't like dry wines as much as I like sweet wines. I like this as a dry wine.
Okay.
And I don't think that it needs any more sugar.
Well, you know what that means. I guess there won't be any more
Be any
sugar.
more sugar.
I think I might have one more bottle of this left. I'll have to check. But again, the assessments of the plum wine after 12 months. Oh, which, by the way, I should have mentioned this at the very beginning, because I am doing 4 of these in lieu of the individual 12-month tastings. For each one of the wines, I will go back to the original video, and at the end of the video, along with the 6-month video when I was still doing them, I will add the link to the 12-month tasting, which will be this video, and this will be for all 4. But apart from that, the plum wine turned out okay.
It's good.
For a dry wine. It's not bad. Not bad at all. So we'll put that off to the side. There we go. As for me, I am going to clean my palette a little bit for the next effort. Should have brought some crackers or cheese or something along those lines, but don't have any crackers in the cabinet
He's
right
never
now.
prepared.
I don't have any more cheese left. This is like at the time of this video, towards the end of the month. I could have went to the grocery store,
If
but
we had been at my place, we would have had all those things.
but I mean, it was I got enough food to last me to the end of the month. So why go to the grocery store unnecessarily? All right. The next one is going to be the blackberry wine. The only thing I can say about the blackberry wine prior to opening it is that this was the one wine where I made an actual mistake in the preparation. This was the one wine where I kind of misread the original recipe, which specified, I don't know if I misread it, it actually stated 4 pounds of sugar. And I figured that must be the right thing to do, so I put in 4 pounds of sugar, and it should have been more like 4 cups of sugar. So it ended up being an overly sweet wine. I know it went up to 20 point, if I can remember
Oh
this.
my
Yeah, this is the
gosh.
one that went up to 20.6% ABV. This is kind of like after I thinned it down a bit to fix it.
So what is it? Where is it now?
Oh, it is still 20.6%. That's the final reading
Holy.
after I thinned it down. It was
What
higher.
was it before you thinned
It was
it?
higher than that. Much higher than that. Which was surprising because the wine yeast that I used kind of had a maximum tolerance of 15%. And that was the Red Star Premier Blanc. So, wine yeast tolerances are more of a kind of like a
Suggestion.
kind of. It generally, most of mine have generally gone well beyond the 15%. Usually it'll hover around 18%. And this was at the time when the Red Star Premier Blanc was the only wine yeast that I had. I had like 10 packs of it, so I made quite a lot of wine with it. So I now fully understand its characteristics. And now, I'll see me using other wine varieties, wine yeast varieties, a bit more than this. However, let's get down to what it is we're going to be drinking here. Let's open this up.
I did that so much better than you did.
Yeah, well, it's like that sometimes. What can I say? That's what you want to hear. All right.
I think that'll be enough.
Yes, it will be.
Oh, wow.
Now, of course, I've already tasted this at the 6-month tasting. I think I had a bottle of this 2 months ago. So this is really a question of what does it taste like 13 months from the beginning?
I have a weird question.
Okay.
Does the AVB increase or decrease after bottling? Is there ever a chance of that happening?
I can't say that it's gospel, but I don't think the AVB is going to change with age. Not to my knowledge. I could be wrong on that. It's not something I've actually researched. I can say with regards to the bottle that I'm not seeing any sediment
No,
at
I
the
don't see
bottom.
any either. And it looks clear. Very clear.
Yep.
I'm afraid of this one.
It's
I've got liquor at home that isn't that high.
as I recall. I did lose a little bit of the flavor when I diluted it, and I used water because it was like it needed cutting. Quite honestly, it lost a little bit of the flavor, but
Okay.
it's not the alcohol is not overpowering because it's not overpowering the blackberry.
No, it's not. That is definitely sweet.
And this is without back sweetening, by the way. It's the
That
first and only wine that I've made that I did not have to back sweeten.
that is sweet. It's not a bad sweet. Um, there's definitely alcohol in there.
Yeah, it's not quite a dessert wine type sweet,
No,
but it's getting there. It's kind of getting kind of close.
but that will definitely, a glass of this could definitely hinder my drive home.
Trying to think of what I would do to improve it. I mean, yeah, apart from putting in the proper amount of sugar, with this one, I would probably up the acidity just a little bit. Not by much, just a little bit. I think I will probably make a suggestion. I don't know if I was using, at the time I was making this, if I was still using a whole lemon or half a lemon as my acid blend substitute. But whatever I put in the original recipe, I will probably tweak it just a little bit and just simply add just a little bit more acidity. Yep, just a little bit more acidity. And that's about it. The tannin, I think, is just right. In fact, I think this was one of the first ones that I actually used wood chips during a part of the bulk aging process.
Okay.
So I think that turned out okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just a touch more bit on the acidity. It's not flat by any means, but
No, not at all.
but just a little bit of acidity for brightness. Okay. All right. The next one will be on you. Between the orange and the banana.
I think I'm gonna go for the banana.
Now, when I first did the banana wine thumbnail and posted it on YouTube, most of the people that are my friends on YouTube, they've not really experienced country style wine. For them, wine is what you find at the grocery store, which is your basic Merlots and Zinfandels and Cabernet. Anyway, all of that. So when they start seeing me with bananas and oranges and carrots and beetroot and stuff like that, well, this was the first one that they saw that they just didn't quite understand that you can make wine out of certain fruits, and bananas was one of them. Now, it's my understanding, again, after I did the research, that banana wine is kind of like more of a 16-month process. But we're going to see what this is like at the 12-month process to see if anything has really changed since then. Now, the banana wine cleared very, very quickly. After 6 or 8 weeks, it was clear. Okay, it was ready for bottling at that point. So I did do back sweetening.
This one is a little bit more tolerable. This is only 14.
14.9%.
Yes.
This is one that at this filming this video is more of a 13-month tasting for the banana wine. Now I should point out that yes, these are very small tasting amounts, but at the end of this video, I'm going to have
This is a small tasting amount.
I'm going to have 4 bottles of wine that I'm going to have to deal with one way or another.
See the difference?
Again, it's just a slight amount of haze. I do not believe I use peptic enzyme on this, which is something I'm trying to get away from. But for the most part, it's still a clear wine as far as I'm concerned. It's not perfectly clear, but it's not opaque. Woo! That banana smell. It's like boom.
That is. Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely a banana drink.
Yeah. Okay. I can taste the banana. You know, it tastes more like banana peel than banana.
There's a lot of sugars in banana peels, though.
But you know how if you've ever tasted a banana peel, the inside, the pithy part,
Right.
is kind of dry.
Right.
It's got a texture that's kind of dry that leaves your tongue kind of. Well, you guys know what I mean. It's a dry feeling on your tongue. That is the same thing that I get in this wine.
I think this wine should have been back sweetened a bit more. Apart from that, I think this would be better as a sweeter wine.
Yes.
This was back sweetened originally, but again, when I bottled this wine, this was again to more of my specifications at the time, which was for a drier type wine. And since I was just learning really about the whole process of back sweetening wines, I was cognizant of the fact that you can undersweeten it, and then really, if need be, later on, you can bottle sweeten this wine. But if you oversweeten it, then you really can't recover from that. So I erred on the side of caution, be on the safe side. I know that if I did want this as a sweeter wine, then yes, I would simply make a simple syrup solution and simply increase the sweetness level to my heart's content. And that would be perfectly fine as a way of back sweetening wine. You don't have to accept the sweetness level that comes in the bottle. You can make changes on the fly. And I would probably do that for this, just simply make it just a little bit more sweeter.
Yeah, but do you get that banana peel? Are you okay?
Yes, it started to go down the wrong tube when you mentioned banana peel.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, it's not like that small piece of steak that I was choking on when we did the the food pairing video, but okay, I'm good.
But do you taste it? Can you taste?
I don't know if I would class it as banana peel.
It's not. I don't dislike the taste of banana peels, but I'm a little strange.
Two things I would say about this particular wine. At 12 months, is it 12 months? It is, no, 13 months. It's not quite done.
It's still a little harsh.
This is a 16-month wine. I was advised of that after I started making the batch, that it was probably more of a 16-month effort. I wasn't really all that thrilled at 6 months. At 12 months, it's I'm not really impressed overall, quite frankly. Having this being my first batch of banana wine, but once I knew that it was more of a 16-month wine for aging, I think that's probably I will probably have another 16-month tasting for this, just to see how this goes. But no, 12 months, not quite done. Simple as that. Okay, who did banana? You did.
I do.
Okay, the last one is a orange wine that I made, also 13 months ago. Ooh, is that a 4? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're talking 15 months ago. AVB of 13%.
You can see the counting going on in his head. He's got mental images of his fingers and going like that.
I mean, it's hard when you can't do your fingers. I mean, Anyway, overall, I mean, there is
Yes, there's a bit of a haze down there.
a little bit of sediment down at the bottom. Could have bulk aged it a little bit longer. But again, we know that's just yeast, so it's not going to kill you. I mean, if I really felt bad about it, then I could swirl the bottle around, and just incorporate the yeast all around. It's not really going to help it, but we're going to go ahead and give this one a shot. It's probably one of the older wines that I haven't done a tastings on. I know what I'm probably going to get for Christmas.
A real bottle opener. A waiter's key. But aren't I present enough for Christmas?
Yes, you are.
Let's see. What's the AVB on that one?
The AVB on this one ended up at 13%.
Okay. That's not bad. I can smell the orange, but what is your thought?
Well, the orange is not, it's not overpowering.
No.
It's not a strong orange flavor.
No.
At all. I mean, at the 6-month mark, I thought it was like, okay, but for it having gone the distance at 15 months,
It's almost like an overripe orange.
the smell or the taste?
The smell. I haven't tasted it yet. But the smell is, it's like a slightly overripe orange. Wow.
It's got a light but pleasant orange flavor to it.
Yeah. That's kind of surprising.
It's pretty smooth. There's no
Very.
harshness. It is slightly on the dry side. I mean, just very slightly on the dry side. Again, this would be for, I was just doing it my usual way of making a back sweetening wine at the time, which was again on the dry side. Flavor, in my opinion, is a bit on the thin side, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
I get orange. I get orange. And the taste is of a slightly overripe orange. Not bad, but slightly overripe. But it's not. I get the exact same taste as the aroma. I like it actually. I do. It's very smooth. It did not have the harshness of this guy or this one. Now the harshness in this one I think was because of the higher AVB. Whoa.
sorry.
Yeah, it was the higher AVB. This one was just harsh. But these two are very mellow, and I am so surprised. I mean, when I never understood the term smooth when drinking alcohol. I get that. I understand it. It is smooth. It is very smooth. It's very easy going down.
Check something real quick.
It's not harsh at all.
You're good. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure that everything was technically okay with the video and audio. More so the audio. Did have one experience very early on. Okay. Get it to focus in on Nono's face, where we actually did almost a complete video before realizing that the
There was no sound.
old microphone
Had died.
had died.
I remember that.
I was so bent out of
Uh-huh.
shape as a result of that. But
And we had to run out and find a microphone.
so we're pressing the lapel mic that I'm currently using to do double duty with trying to get us both recorded. And it seems to be working quite well the way we've got it set up here. But so as it turns out, between the orange wine and the plum wine, which one would you consider to be preferred?
The plum.
Even though it's a bit on the a tad bit on the dry side.
Both of them are
Yeah, both of them
are
a
dry.
tad bit on the dry. Well, they're like bone dry.
No, 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 no. They're both on the dry side. They are both very, very, very smooth. The orange again has that slight aroma and taste of being just a bit overripe. But the plum, very smooth, very nice. Does not need any sweetness at all.
I now remember this plum wine when the orange wine when I was making it. This was the last video that I actually made when I was doing some of the preparation on my living room sofa, including my impressions of having to peel all of those oranges and zest all those oranges and squeeze all those oranges. That was anyway. You have to check the original video for that. So you're saying the plum wine is great.
The plum wine is wonderful.
So basically, you prefer the plum wine.
Yes.
Do you prefer it better than your pineapple wine?
No.
So it's not that good.
No, no, no. Both of them are good. I like them for different reasons. So the pineapple wine has a sweetness that I like. And I prefer sweeter wines. But the plum wine, while it's not totally dry, it's got a little bit of sweetness. It is much, much more smooth than the pineapple. And so I think it would be nice to taste the pineapple after it's aged a little longer and see if it's still my favorite or if this one knocks it down.
I'll have to check to see if I've got another pineapple left. I don't know if I do or not. Because I make such small 1 gallon batches, I'm only getting 5 bottles of wine out of each batch.
And he sits on his couch and drinks them all.
I find that really the only time I drink most of my wines is when I have another batch that's ready to be bottled and I need 5 bottles to start that process. And this is just a way of getting the first 4 in the works.
You need a bigger place.
I need more people to help me drink it is what I need. This will probably, I've got those little vacuum cork things that I could use to preserve the wine for a couple of more days. More than likely, this being Wednesday at the recording of this video, I will probably consume these 4 bottles by Sunday, probably by the end of Sunday. This 20.4%, 20.6% blackberry wine. I'll probably save that for Saturday and deal with the rest of these when I'm having dinner as such. But yeah, it was an interesting idea to have 4 of these done at the same time, to get them all done in one video. I am trying to become more efficient in my production of videos. I don't want to burn myself out, even though I'm coming off that, I'd say it's more of a 3-week vacation from not doing as many videos. But again, you can find links to this particular video and in the original video so that you can find out what this wine tastes like at the 6-month mark and at the 12, 13, 15
Did you
month
want
mark.
to know the rest of my rating? He just ignores me.
What?
You asked which one of these 2 I like the best. You did
Yes.
not ask how I rank them.
It's the one she picked.
You did not ask how I rate them.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
So, this one. Then this one. That one. There we go.
I'm guessing that in order of preference from.
Most preferred to least preferred.
Okay. So it turns out that her most preferred is the plum, followed by the orange, followed by the blackberry, followed by the banana, and
these two were close. If I had to go with just flavor, it would have been the blackberry.
Okay.
But I took into account the harshness and the AVB, because the AVB for me is kind of high, and for a wine, it's a little high. But for just flavor, it would have been the blackberry. So these two ran a very, very, very close second. Now, if this could age more and become smoother, then these two would switch.
Okay. So I think what I'm really hearing is something that I've been trying to impress upon a lot of people who watch my videos, because they're only seeing just the initial phase of the winemaking process, is that you really do have to wait
Yes.
for your wine to age. I mean, the alcohol is already there. I mean, that's not going to change. You can drink it really after a couple of weeks and that'll be that. But if you want your wine to taste better over time, then you just have to wait for it. The clarity and things of that nature, I mean, that's all great, but the longer you wait for your wine to age, the better. I'm suggesting at least 12 months. The wines that I've tasted at the 12-month mark have improved a great deal over the 6-month mark. That's for dang sure. But now that I'm starting to get into the 12 to 16-month portion of it, I mean, we're not talking about letting these things age for years and years. I mean, that's really not what these wines are for. If I were doing that sort of aging, I would probably, and this channel does not use sulfites, but if I were contemplating of aging wines for 2-3 years or so, then yeah, I would probably use sulfites to not so much to kill off any remaining yeast and bacteria at the end of the process, but sulfites generally help out with reducing the amount of oxidation of the wine. Right now, I'm just simply pasteurizing my wines at the very end to kill off the yeast and any other bacteria that might have survived the fermentation process. But again, I think letting the wine go to 16 months is doable. Yes. Really, it's very doable, as long as you maintain proper sanitization of your wine equipment, bottles, and so on and so forth. You should be okay. But this was a pretty good experiment to find out what 4 wines are going to taste like, to do a tasting without getting nono too inebriated in the process. And again, we'll probably try this again at some other point later down the road. If you like this channel, again, please click on the subscribe button. Memberships are always welcome.
Always.
Donate channel's PayPal account. Donations are always welcome. The store again does now have merchandise. You can find a link of that to that in the channel's community page. You might want to give that a check out as well. And there we go. Tastings of 4 wines. Nono's opinion of how each one stands. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.